Hello everybody. In this video today we are going to talk about the English test requirements for a student visa to Australia. So please note that the English test requirement from your provider, which means wherever you will go and study in Australia, are always different to the requirements that are set by the Department of Home Affairs. In this video today, we are only going to talk about the requirements that are set by the Department of Home Affairs when it comes to you meeting the English test requirements for a student visa. Now, the accepted English tests by the Department of Home Affairs are IELTS, PTE, TOEFL, Cambridge Advanced English, and OET. So you have to meet the minimum test requirements. Say for example, you're sitting an IELTS test, you need to have a minimum overall band score of 5.5 to be able to lodge a student visa to Australia. Now, if you are doing any other test, you need to have an equivalent of the overall band score of 5.5. So in a situation when you do not have an overall band score of 5.5, say for example, you have an overall band score of only 5 in IELTS or any other equivalent English tests, then you need to package your primary course with 10 weeks of LA course. And in a situation where you've only got the overall band score of 4.5 in IELTS or equivalent, then in that case you will have to package your primary course with 20 weeks of LA course. Please note that there are also some situations where you do not have to provide that English test. So maybe you have done a senior secondary education in Australia in the last 2 years, or maybe you have done a certificate 4 level of studies in Australia in the last 2 years on a student visa. So in these cases, you do not have to provide an English test. The other situation where you do not have to provide an English test is that maybe you have got a passport of one of these countries. And also, if you have studied in one of these countries for 5 years and have successfully completed your studies, then also you do not need to provide that English test for your student visa. Now, as I mentioned before, these are the requirements that are set by the Department of Home Affairs. But when you actually apply with a university or a college or any provider for any studies, they may have different requirements to the requirements that I've just mentioned today in this video. So in most cases, the universities will have a higher English test requirement than that of a Department of Home Affairs. So if you are planning to lodge your student visa, then please get in touch with us and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you for watching Sirus Migration. We make new videos every week relating to Australian migration. If you are interested in this topic, you may want to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button down below. You may also want to click on the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new videos.